understand the point of view of the ruling UPA on the budget, I'm joined by Manish Tewari, the spokesperson of the Congress party. Welcome, Manish.
Thank you.
Straight question, is this budget going to be very populist?
This is for the first time in 60 years that the global economy is actually contracted by 1.3%. Though you've been able to insulate yourself to a certain extent, but the blowback has also hit you in terms of, your exports going down, various other services getting hit. So I guess given the tight fiscal and the commitments that we've made in our manifesto, which were later on reflected in the presidential address, the finance minister will have to walk a tightrope.
But you also have state elections coming up, so clearly you would still be wanting to send inclusive signal, right?
The state dynamic is very different from the national dynamic. If you look at it, there's various states in India which repeatedly have voted one way in a state election and another way in the national elections. So therefore, I think to extrapolate a national result to a state result or a state result to a national result would not be the correct thing to do.
Since politics won't dictate the economics, can we expect a big bout of reforms or at least an intent that the government will get back to aggressive reforms?
I'll tell you, it all depends upon the revenue projections which the finance minister would have. After all, I think possibly in this particular 1 year, the FRBM regulations or the FRBM rules would need to be relaxed. But then having said that, you need to keep deficits under control. There would be a certain penchant or a certain attractiveness in funding through deficit financing. But I guess given the prudence of the finance minister and the fact that he's seen it all, he would possibly maybe even cut back and be a little modest about what we deliver in the first year till the time the economy recovers, rather than sort of going whole hog, because let's understand that we have a mandate for 5 years. We don't have a mandate for 365 days. We are going to be judged at the end of 5 years, and I think we will pace ourselves accordingly.
I believe the finance minister also had an interaction with the Congress party. So what is the kind of, I'm not expecting to divulge what transpired.
No, we are fairly transparent.
But, okay.
We are fairly transparent.
What are the kind of broad signals the party is sending to the finance minister? This is what we seek.
Let's understand that Naxalism, which is the single biggest existential threat which the Indian state today faces, is not entirely a law and order problem. It also has very grave socio-economic dimensions. And it is not a rimland insurgency, like Jammu and Kashmir or Punjab wars or the Northeast wars. This is almost like a heartland rebellion, and a bulk of your tribal population, only 8% of the tribal population lives in the Northeast. And when they went up in arms, they've still today engaged an entire core of the Indian army. So therefore, that is, a focus area which was flagged for his attention.